Hi, I want to thank you for allowing me to have the opportunity to interview for this position with you. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get into it. So, the first question you asked me was, why should we hire you? Um, I think that I have a lot I could bring to the table in this position. I'm an adaptive and flexible person. An example of this is I took a temporary position at BMI this past August, and I had never worked as a receptionist before, but they needed a replacement, and I basically was just thrown in and made to do the job without any training. I've worked in the restaurant industry, so I'm very familiar with a fast paced environment. You have to work under stress all the time. Like when one time I had a manager quit and walk out on us, we had to just keep going, and I had to take the role of a busser so that one of the hosts could go serve. So I just kind of learned to roll with the punches, and I think that would make me a valuable asset in this position. I also am pretty good at verbal and written communication. I've always been a skilled writer, and I feel as though I could serve some purpose in this position as a result of that, because I'm able to communicate messages between different people. This is a shipping company, so messages are going to be coming back and forth that I'm going to need to get to the right people, and it requires me to have good communication skills in order to do that. Some other things are that I'm pretty passionate, so if my heart is where it needs to be and I'm dedicated to the role, which in any job that I work, I feel that I'm that way, then I'm going to put my all in. So that would obviously make me qualified in that aspect. And I came to you guys because I've just graduated and I'm looking for more experience in the job field, and I feel like this company would provide me with the opportunity to get my foot in the door and meet new people and just experience a new field that I've never worked in before. I previously worked in the restaurant industry, as I said, as a nanny, temporary receptionist, as I said, and then I've done a bunch of odd jobs such as being a personal assistant, babysitting, all of that. So I feel like this will allow me to dip my foot in the water in a new field and use my skills in this position. So that's something that I would be looking forward to. How do I handle stress? I typically handle stress in that I need to take things one step at a time. So, for example, if I was in a stressful situation, such as one I mentioned earlier, when the manager walked out on me, I have to just give myself a second to breathe, and then I have to take what comes at me, take it one step at a time. Instead of overwhelm myself with what could go wrong, I just have to focus on what can I do in this moment. So, for example, when my manager walked out and we were left, one of our servers had to go play manager, so we needed another server because we were short, and the other host I was working with had to go be a server. Then I had to take the role of host and busboy because we didn't have any busboys on that night. So basically just being able to be adaptive and take things one step at a time. If I had just broken down in that moment, we wouldn't be getting anyone seated. So I think my experience in that high stress and fast paced environment really helped me learn how to deal with stress, especially in the workplace, and just not let it overwhelm me or overtake me, because there's going to be stress regardless of where you are in life, in the workplace, in your personal life. So I've just learned to roll with the punches. My favorite book is, I would say, The Four Agreements. My friend Kira let me borrow it because she read it when she lived in Utah for a few months, and she thought it was like a life-changing book. And I will say that it had a lot of good life messages. It's, off the top of my head, it's my favorite book I've read recently. I feel like it aligns with a lot of my beliefs, and that I'm like all capable of my own future and I have the power in my hands. And it kind of just teaches lessons like to not take things personally and things like that, which I felt like related to a lot of my beliefs in the psychology field. A lot of those that helped me get through stressful times. So, yeah. Some questions I had for you. I was wondering what the work environment is like Am I constantly exposed to lots of different employees? I'm more working on my own? Is it more a team structured environment? Is it more laid back and casual, or strictly professional in terms of dress and just behavior? Another question that I have, is there any opportunity for advancement? And what benefits do you guys provide your employees? So, other than those few questions, I think that's all I have for you. And I again want to thank you for your time today. I really appreciate your consideration of me for this position, and I look forward to hearing from you again. Thank you.